Gentlemen, welcome to an episode of Ned's NRL Unpopular Opinions. I'm your host and I'm not Ryan Cook. The Rizzler is off sick today.
He's risen somewhere.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's not here. Today I'm your host, Liam Fogarty, with the usual suspects. Joining me at the desk today, Oscar Panafex. How are you, big dog?
I'm here, IRL,
yeah,
and I'm happy to be here, mate.
So much room for activities in this big empty set.
We already had a little rustle already, didn't we?
Yeah, we might dive into that later.
Off camera.
And then joining us on the big screen is the big man himself, Jarrell Yayi. How are you, big dog?
Yeah, all the way from Toowoomba, gentlemen. So you should hear me loud and clear up on my nice little mountain here in Toowoomba.
What are they running on 3G down there? Is it 3G in Toowoomba or have they got 4G recently?
Oh, whatever. I don't know, 7 division like Fog Soccer, something like that.
They're up there on the ranges. You're closer to the towers. Surely the internet's all right. Boys, we might jump into it straight away. Ryan's written a heap of dot points for us to get through, even though he's not here.
There's no way he does this much homework.
We won't be getting through them all.
No, absolutely not. So it's all Broncos chat today. I'm joking. Look, couple of losses to some front runners over the weekend. The Bulldogs and the Raiders both stumbled. Does that really open up the table as much as Ryan reckons it has here, or are we confident that those sides can turn it around? What are your boys' thoughts?
JYY?
Yeah, I mean, for the Bulldogs, they've lost to, I wouldn't say terrible teams. I would say they've lost all their games in the wet, which is not a good look for them. The rain is something that they haven't been able to handle very well, and definitely didn't handle against the Tigers over the weekend as well. And I mean, look, is it concerning for them? I mean, you just got beaten by the West Tigers. I think there's got to be a small amount of concern when you talk about it there. And you know, I know. Look, there was a you know they would have been up for this game, the Tigers, because of the conversation around that young man. Dare we say his name? But
he must not be named.
No, he must be not be named. But I just feel like they really dropped the ball on this one. Like this should have been a pretty scheduled winning for them and routine winning, but they didn't perform on the day.
Do you know what it reminded me of? And you guys will remember this better than I. When the Bronx beat the Bulldogs earlier this year,
pissing down rain.
What I was about to ask you, I couldn't remember about the weather. So it was wet?
It was very wet.
Yeah, it was Suncorp. Yeah, it was shocking at Suncorp Day. And that's why I made that statement at the start, because I believe their other game that they lost this year as well, there was another side that was in the wet. They just could not get off to a good start, and the Tigers, it suited them. Yeah, amazing. Like they started the game really well, they
almost started the game really poorly. Critter was held up over the line in literally the first minute of the game. I think Buller came up with a really good try saver. If Critter scores that try, all of the energy and connection, and like you said, the Tigers were up for it. If they get scored on in the first 60 seconds, it could very much have changed the energy of the game, but. It reminded me of that Bronx loss for the Dogs earlier in the season because of the energy around it. There was like 3 or 4 sin bins in that game. There was a lot of niggle. I think Reid might have been in the thick of it.
Shocker.
Generally is. But it reminded me of that game in the sense that the Bulldogs seem to have a pattern of, like, typically they're super resilient, really disciplined. They don't give away shit penalties. They don't make dumb errors coming out of their own end. But they've been unsettled, like seeing Viliami kick out flying out of the line to get at Galvin in the lead up to one of the Tigers' first tries. Like, that's not a look we're used to seeing from the Dogs. They're usually so formulaic and they stay in their system. So, I don't know, is it a bit of a formula when you're coming up against the Doggies? Is the trick to try and get under their skin a little bit and rattle them off their game?
Yeah, the other thing is, when we talk about, and look, I know there'll be talk about them playing in the wet, but you can't control the ruck as well. Like, it's very slippery. You can't, you've obviously got to go out and make your assignments, because one-on-one tackles, are going to be a lot harder to make and more difficult, and controlling and putting people on their back when it is slippery. That's one of the hardest things to do. So we know, and you've spoken about this, Oscar, the whole year, they are the best defensive side in the competition because they do those things very, very well.
Yep.
And I just don't believe they could do that with the West Tigers on the weekend. And once you, if they score that try, there's probably a different storyline where we've seen it all too many times with the West Tigers where they shit the bed earlier in the game and then they just let their games get away from them. But not this one. This one had a little bit of a different storyline to it, and the West Tigers picked them. Look, like I said, Benji Marshall would have. I think there was, no matter what people said, there would have been talk about this. I don't think that's I lie. There wouldn't have been talk about Galvin, but there would have been. It would have been in the back of their mind where they've gone, he's left us because he didn't think that we were a good footy side to be able to help him develop. And next thing you know, he's under fire because he couldn't put the Bulldogs away over who potentially could be wooden spooners this year again.
No, I think that saves them from the spoon, eh?
Yeah, well, this week the Dogs take on the Warriors back at a core. Is it back business as usual, do you reckon, for the Dogs this week? Or
well, let's hope so as a Broncos fan, Fogs.
Yeah.
We would actually, as much as I was going, which sounds weird, going for the West Tigers on the weekend, just to see an upset. And we see this every single year. The shit teams start to put the good teams to the sword
at the back end of the year because they don't want to finish the
season's terrible. But when you talk about another game like the Bulldogs and the Warriors, you get really excited because both these sides, top four sides, have been playing pretty consistent all year. I mean, the Wars fell off a little bit in the middle of the year when they lost one of their key playmakers. But I do believe that this will be a huge game for both of these sides because you're going to need some form going into to the business end of the year, and that's where we are.
For sure. I've got the ladder up now. Bulldogs 34 points, third place. Warriors 30 points, fourth place. The Bronx and Panthers are sitting there 29 and 28 respectively, I think.
Oh, can Penrith just go away?
We need probably the Dogs to win there just quietly.
Yeah, they get the Wars at a good time, decimated at the moment, aren't they? I think they might get Wade Egan back, but what was it? Fish was missing last week. They lost Dem Vimaga before the game. Yeah, they're just hanging on right now. Tanner Boyd had some good looks, but the Finns got him back.
I do not want to go to the Warriors. I don't want to go to Auckland. Like that's if you're in the final and you're playing the Warriors in New Zealand. That's a tough game, man. No matter what footy side you are. So there's a big chance that if they, obviously finish in the top four and then they don't get their players back until that, that last hurrah for them at home, it's a huge game, man. As a Broncos fan, that makes me worried because they're such a good outfit when they play, and their fans. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's another play. They think everyone goes, well, they're not playing, but those Warriors fans can definitely get behind their team, and it'll be a hard place to win.
Would you rather Penrith than the Warriors?
Yeah, I actually would.
Would you?
I actually would because
the reason why there's a storyline there, and
True.
I feel like we've got to get one back on them as a Brisbane Broncos fan. And if there's a chance, it'll be at CommBank Stadium. It's
not really their home.
Yeah, correct.
I don't have a worry about going to Sydney and CommBank Stadium. I do have a worry of going to the Warriors on a Saturday night, and then you've got to. If you finish out of you've got to turn up again the week after and have a short turnaround. If you're the Broncos, you're probably playing a Friday night game to get ratings. It's really tough.
It'd make the run to the granny a bit easier if you knock Penrith off week one as well.
Like I said to you before, I just wish they would go away. Yeah. They just never go away.
Well, great segue into the next topic that I want to talk about. It was actually the Panthers game on Saturday down on the Gold Coast. Do you boys reckon that was match of the year?
Oh, yeah, well, the 80 minutes of footy, or 83 minutes of footy.
A lot of talking points, wasn't there?
Plus the trainer gate situation to come out of it. I want Gerald's take on that.
I want to talk about the trainer, but let's talk about the game first and just pretend that didn't happen. Like, Gerald, what are your thoughts on that spectacle that we got to see on Saturday, Arvo?
Oh, mate, look, honestly, I think when we watch the Titans, that's their best type of footy. When they hold the ball, when they control the ball, when Kieran Foran
is not tired, when he's got a little bit of freedom to play footy, and then you've got JC who, on the other hand, is having a bit of freedom. This is what's happening to these sides who are not going to be in the finals. They give a little bit extra at the end, and it shows, that there's some holes in the Penrith defence at times, but it also shows how resilient the Penrith Panthers are, and the way that they can fight back in games where we've seen it for. This will be the 5th year. Like, we've seen it for a long time. So is anyone really surprised that they came back and won that game? I'm not. I remember I was watching it. I was sitting in the backyard, had the TV on, and I just was kept saying to one of the other boys that was with me, I was like, I'm not convinced that they're out of this game. I just never am. And then when they started taking that last set, I just immediately just went, he kicks this field goal. He'll kick this. Like, if they get a chance at this, I don't think anyone in that stadium thought that he would slot that, but I definitely did. Like, it's Nathan Cleary, and what he does for that footy side, and how he can put him in a good position to be able to get there he's just an incredible footy player, and I don't care what anyone says. That guy will go down to being immortal for this game. Like, he's
easily.
There's some of the things he's done that other players that haven't done at his age. He's an incredible footy player, and honestly, a testament to the game. Like, what a good young man, and the role model he is only for footy as well. So not only things he does on the field, but take a bow, Nathan Cleary. That game was freakish, and he is freakish.
I thought they were almost struggling from success in that last set. Like, they got all the way down to the 20, and you just go, oh shit!
Yeah.
They've gone too hard, and then Mitch Kenny throws a pass that. Just incredible. And then Cleary to hit.
That would have been like 17, 18 metres.
Yeah. I think it was more than 20.
And you've got to hit it at pace to stop the chases. And then Cleary hits a step back, like 3-pointer almost.
He's got to come forward. Yeah, it is. It was a step back.
James Harden.
You watch his kicks, man. He never takes his eye off the ball. His head is down. He's over the body. If you're a young kid that is watching how to ice those moments, like, he stands over the ball. He never he doesn't really lean back on anything he does, and that's the perfect way. I mean, I'm not a kicker per se, but you watch some of the best kickers in the game. They keep their head over the ball. It's like playing golf. You got to, that's how you sort of hit him, and he epitomises that. Like, the way he does everything, it looks amazing. He looks gun.
Oh, it's incredible.
I'm glad you mentioned that, like, that they were a victim of their own success in a way on that field goal set. Because, it was evidence of how good their systems are. We always talk about how good Penrith's systems are, but what does that actually mean? Well, it means that players know their role. They know where to be and when to be there. And usually it's because they're reacting on Cleary's calls. But you're right, folks. They made, I'm almost certain that would have been a 2-point field goal set when they started it out of their end. And then they ended up making some momentum early in the set. Got the look they wanted to shift it, so they did. Tungo takes the space, gets Tola back inside, and then they've folded the line down that right tram line, so they have a shot because everyone's on the same page. They're able to adjust and go, okay, instead of a field goal set, we've actually put ourselves in a position to have a crack. They have a crack. Garner ends up with the ball and then knows, okay, well, now the crack's over, so now we need to go back to the field goal. So then he brings it back in field and in position for Cleary to slot it. But then the try to win it for me was, I wrote about it in the Ned's blog this week. Philip Sami goes down with a head knock into extra time. 5 tackles later, Kieran Foran kicks Edwards into a 10-by-10 box in the corner. Panthers have 90 metres to go upfield. They know that Jacob Alekwenke is defending at right centre for Philip Sami. It takes them 3 tackles.
Who hasn't played any, he's just...
Well, it's a spot. It's a spot to target.
It's 100%. And the funny thing is, Oscar, you're probably going to say it, but I don't think I've ever seen Blaze Talangi be the first receiver in that situation.
He was second receiver. He comes in and Cleary plays on the edge.
Cleary was second, and just to make sure
that he nails the pass.
Really
put down that pass to allocate Alec on that, because he was obviously, if you hold him up just that second, they're going to get around him, that's what they did. And what an incredible play, and just genius.
And that's why the Panthers have won 4 straight, and it's why they can win 5 from anywhere, because in finals footy, you might only get the look that you need or the look that you're after once or twice, and it's the team who can execute on those moments.
Yeah,
Cleary does it better than anyone in the game. Like, it took them 3 tackles to get at a dude who's out of position. Like, look, I mean, we all played / coached in local Brisbane uni league competition. If you've got a preppy little half defending at 3-man on the right edge who doesn't know how to tackle because he's just there to play touch footy.
Belt the
Scotty, this sounds familiar. I'm describing myself right now. Like, you want to get at him. It's not easy to get at someone, is it? Like, you've got to get to one spot on the field first, and then you've got to be able to string a couple of passes together. You need multiple dudes on the same page, knowing what you're trying to do. Obviously, uni footy's different to NRL, but the principles are the same. Yeah. It's not easy.
But then normally that skinny little half that you're talking about has the biggest prop forward next to him,
sitting next
as
to him,
a protector.
Yep.
I've been beaten up by that guy before. Trust me, my brain doesn't work the same way because of it. But yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Genius footy by
Cleary and the Penrith Panthers.
We don't even get to that golden point opportunity though without a bit of what I believe it was foul play from the
deliberate foul play.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on that. But I would love to get your thoughts because we didn't even really talk about it on the weekend. Like the trainer from Penrith, cutting in front of JC. Foul play or play on?
Man, it's a real weird one because it's for them. It's not the first time that there's been things come out with their trainers that have done things
this year as well.
So, and this year, like,
they're not doing themselves any favours. Is where I'm getting at with this. I would not like to think that there'd be. I've had trainers at the Broncos that who are smart asses who possibly might do that. Well, like, you put it this way: is that $50,000 worth 2 points? Like, I think if they make the top 4, you go to that $50,000. Well, that's nothing. That's nothing, because if you make the top 4, don't you get you probably get some type of money? Do you get money for that? Like, if you finish in top 4, is there something for that? I'm not sure.
Might be in individual contracts. Like Desi has clauses to make the 8, so there's probably some sort of individual.
You reckon that trainer's trying to activate a clause?
Well, I don't know. Like, he's going to have to now. He's got a lot of money to pay. But it's just, in my opinion, Titans that was the 5th try the Titans scored that half.
Yep.
So he's had a fair bit of practice between standing at the end goal and getting back to the bench. He hadn't done it any other play there. It's obvious they're 2 points behind. It's kick from the corner, and he curves his line, steps into JC right as it happens, and he puts him off. Like, it's...
Well, tell me another trainer that's like...
Well, it's never happened. We've never seen it, have we?
It's never happened.
It happened earlier this year or late last year, where there was trainers running down the sideline behind the kicker.
Yeah.
But it was close enough that it was distracting, and the NRL put out a notice to clubs about it, because I remember looking at it a few times going, that guy's run a bit close to the kicker here, and then a mate at the Warriors confirmed it. They got club-wide kind of warnings.
So they've already been warned this year.
I mean, the boys on levels were talking about it. It happened to Penrith a couple of years ago. A Parramatta trainer ran across the posts in front of Cleary as he was kicking, and they got a big trouble for it. So there's precedent for it happening. I don't know. I don't think it's deliberate.
You don't. I don't. I think it was.
I don't think I care enough. Well, Jace, is JC really saying he missed the kick because that happened?
No, I'm just saying it's if you can put someone off just enough to, like, if you can just put them off just enough for them to miss that kick, that's worth 2. Like, and they go down the field and they kick that, it's worth 2 points.
Correct.
Like, what I'm saying is that's 2 points that they go clear to finishing in the top 4 now. There's a chance that they've come from last position to be in the top 4 in 12 weeks.
And that train is the sacrificial lamb. They're happy to throw him. There's no reason for him to get back to the bench while they're waiting for the kick. Like, the boys need waters. They're probably his messages to relay.
No, he had 1 bottle of water with him.
Yeah. So he's gone, oh shit, I've forgotten my water. Oh, better go back and get it. It is elite sledging.
He looked embarrassed. He did look embarrassed.
He played it very well. And then to have Ivan sort of laugh and in the press go. Like, they knew what they were doing. They've drawn it up well.
I don't even think Ivan's given it. I think he just brushed it off. He goes, just happens sometimes.
Those cheeky fellas.
It actually never happens.
It will never happen again. I'm pretty confident in saying after all of this.
Yep. Never say never.
Very nice. Oscar, you wanted to talk about the referees. You said...
No, I don't want to.
Wind me up and let me spin like a Beyblade.
Like a Beyblade.
And before we do these, you go, let's touch on let's not talk about them. I'm sick of them getting airtime.
All right, you don't want to talk about them?
No, I don't want to talk about them because they're just made... You know what? I buy into it as well. Like, I don't know why we do this. I don't know why we buy into some of the calls that they make and the reasons. Man, they don't get paid well enough to be on this.
To be getting the coverage. Well, the individual I wanted to talk about has been demoted again this week. So
there we go.
Maybe I think maybe people talk about it because they feel like it doesn't get acknowledged, but at least in this instance it has. But I mean, this individual's been demoted that many times now. It's just like the wheel just keeps turning.
Well, we'll let Q Cup Unpopular Opinions talk about him then. I want to quickly touch on the Dolphins Roosters game this weekend. That one's shaping up to be one of the bigger games to watch, especially with
a Chelsea Leonard doozy of a game.
Hey, well played. It was with Herbie going down.
Yeah.
With the hammy. I was sitting at a pub on Friday night and the air just left the room when Herbie pulled up lame. It was...
Who sniped him?
Oh, man, no. The one...
Probably a Roosters player.
One bloke in the New Zealand Army with the gun that weekend.
It was actually so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I've never done it. I've never run that fast to be able to do a hammy before. But that looked... I felt so sorry for him because that's probably his season, right? Like, there's a fair chance that's the season over.
I would say
it's 4 to 6 weeks, but yeah, unless the Dolphins can pick up and do pretty well, it's probably his year done.
What's happened to the Dolphins? Because what's happened to them. Sorry, but remember we were a sure thing that they were going to finish in the top 8, and there's still a chance. Obviously, there's still a chance, but geez, it's not gone to as planned in the last 5-6 weeks for them.
No, all of a sudden they're $2 underdogs to the Roosters this week. What does the run home look like? It is Roosters, Broncos, Manly, Titans, Raiders. So it's an uphill battle. There's 3 teams there that you probably think they don't win against. Touch wood. Are they still a chance to make the top 8, do you reckon, Oscar?
Yeah, I think we said a couple of weeks ago, if they can beat the Chooks this week and if they can beat Manly in a couple of weeks, those are the 2 clubs that they probably need to get wins over in order to... Because what are they? I think those 3 teams are 8, 9 and 10, or they'd be there or thereabouts.
Yes.
I've got a feeling that Manly game's not going to be as easy as they think, because is that a Saturday game at Brookie?
You are absolutely correct. 3 p.m, 4 Pines Park.
Yeah, I know for a fact... Touchwood, that's my good long neck friend, 350th game.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's a tough game.
You know when you think it gets easy, like it's not, when you got big milestones like that at Brookvale, like that's going to be a tough game to win, man.
Luke Brookvale.
A really tough game. Luke Brookvale?
Brookvale.
Really tough one.
They're, we were frothing on them, 6 weeks ago, the Dolphins, because of what Isaiah Cartola was doing. And then Jeremy Marshall-King missed a few weeks, and then Cody Nikorima dropped out. They tried SOS there, didn't really work. I thought Jake Avarillo moving to 6 was a really nice look for them. Good move from Wolfie. I think they picked up a couple of wins there. But it's just, the middles are just decimated, hey. Like, they lost Finn Diesel for a couple of weeks. He's back now.
Is he gone again?
Or is he gone again now? Did he just injured himself again?
Naughty again.
Or suspension.
Yeah.
So I just think the Herbie injury now in particular, it'll be called the straw that breaks the Dolphins' back. But it's his defense, what he's able to do to protect Cody on that left edge. Herbie's such a strong arms tackle, like an upright tackler, and he's so quick across the ground that he can stay really tight on Cody, and then he can check off that lead runner when the ball goes out the back, and he's able to turn and chase on his centre more often than not.
Yeah.
Whoever they put in there now, presumably one of the Feeney brothers, can't can't remember. Is it Max who's up there?
The one that starts with M.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's Matt
Fina.
capable with the ball, but not going to be able to defend as well as Herbie did. So I think that's a space that Easts can target. I like Bobby T, your mate Bobby T to score this week.
Bobby T
on that right edge for the Chookies.
Yeah, well, did you see enough from the Chookies to fill you with confidence last week against Manly? I have to admit, I did not watch that game. I might have had the Wallabies on.
The Wallabies.
You're a loser, man.
I am. I only watch them once every 12 years, so I'm happy to give Seagulls.
They won too. They won.
They did win, and that's all the airtime that they deserve.
Yeah, I like what the Chookies are doing. I think they look immediately better in attack. Like so dangerous with Sam Walker's short kicking game in particular, and then having him and Savalo being able to kick him out of trouble. Radley back in the middle there, tightening up that ruck defence. I think they're coming home. I think they'll finish 8th if I had to pick out of those 3.
We thought he wasn't going to have a team to go to make the 8 this year, didn't we? And look at him. He's coming home with a wet sail.
We said they needed to be there or thereabouts with about a few weeks to go, and then of all the if you're in round 27, 26,
strikes again, boys.
You don't want to be coming up against them and needing to win. So, I like the Chookies here. I think they'll keep going.
Very nice. Well, I'm just going to read out their run home as well. They've got Finns this week, Dogs next week, and then it's Eels.
It's pretty easy.
Storm.
Okay, my bad.
And then, pretty easy last week. They've got the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, they got South Sydney in there.
They're playing under 20 side.
Fellas, have you seen all of the Indigenous jerseys that'll be getting around this weekend?
Seen some bits and pieces.
I know, Jarrell, you've had a look at the Broncos one up close and personally.
Up close and personal, yes. Very nice.
Are there any others that stand out to you? I'm putting you on the spot here.
I haven't actually had a good look yet, but that's next week, isn't it, folks?
It's this week and it's next week. I think.
Some teams will play at home.
Back weeks.
Some of the teams who are playing away will get to wear their Indigenous jerseys at home. The ones that stood out to me, obviously the Broncos. Thought Melbourne's was very, very good, and Penrith, off the top of my head, are some of the ones to look at. Have you seen any of them, Oscar?
Souths do a good job. I think I shared old mate. Who was that boxer? I made a joke that we had to pick guys off the streets in Redfern to model our merch because we got so many injuries. But Jarrell informed me it was, what was his name?
I've just had a blank now.
That boxer.
Because my good friend, my redheaded friend Jack Reed's just entered the room and I'm just distracted.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. Big fan, terrible punter.
He'll fit right in on here.
He might give him Ryan's leg on the multi this week.
Oh yeah, actually,
that's a great idea.
Just anything in the NRL.
In the NRL.
Anything for this week.
Anytime try scorer. Tamika up to $1.
Oh yeah,
well seen. Well seen.
All right, well on that
winks in the NRLW.
Yeah. We might take a break there, boys, and then jump straight into the multi. You are listening to Ned's NRL Unpopular Opinions. It's the time in the show where we recap how our tipping is actually going this year.
It's our favourite time.
What's your favourite time? I know that much. And we
Whose tattoo is it? Who's getting the tattoo?
Well, it's coming. After this last week, so Ryan had the Wars to cover one of his rare losses on the year.
God, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him winning.
I mean, we should be. It's obviously it's a joint venture, but he just can't. He can't stop winning at the moment.
He's 16-6 on the year. I think all of us would be very happy with that.
That is outrageous.
Jarrell, you had Bronx 13 plus. So that saluted. You're at 12-10, and what a 13 plus it was. Just quietly, I took Penrith to cover minus 12.5, and at halftime I was celebrating pretty hard. The Titans bent me over in the second, so I'm 11-11, and Oscar taking the Roosters to win last week. You're 8-14.
A rare winner.
Sneaking.
So does that mean you've fallen one, Fogs, and I've gained one?
Yes.
So I'm second.
Yes.
Oh, you should be so disappointed, you boys, in yourself.
I'm sweating bullets.
There's 3 in it between us, Fogs.
So There is, and I don't want to. This week, obviously, Ryan is taking Tamika Upton anytime try scorer.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Smart.
Reedy.
That's a great pick.
Oscar, you're on the bottom of the table. Where are you going?
I'm going back to the well. Chookies again, head-to-head, v the Finns.
Very nice, Jarrell. You've taken a pretty funky one here, one that's off-brand for you.
Last game of the round, at Combank. I don't know why. I just like the dollar value of it. It's $1.64, 65?
Close to it,
We're looking at the Eels to beat the Cowboys. I mean, Mitchell Moses being back, he's obviously taken a hand in what they're doing and he's playing a really good footy. So, yeah, I think Parramatta will get over the Cows.
That'll be a tight butthole watch, I think, in the last game of the round, because we will have 3 ticks there. I've taken the Titans -7.5 against the Rabbitohs. I think it's just going to be a factory of sadness.
Is that a spoon bowl?
Could be, yeah. It could determine it.
And
Titans might just run away with it. So we don't have a price yet because we'll need team lists for Tamika Upton. But, yeah, check out open groups at some point this week for that. Punters. All right, boys, we might wrap this up. Have you got any final thoughts? Anyone to shout out? It is Indigenous round. Anything, boys?
No, nothing. No, nothing.
Fair enough.
Get on. Tamika Upton was a great shout from Ryan.
The red.
But,
big red Ryan. Ryan, the red Rocket.
Big red But I think any Broncos women's backline player this week is a good shout going up against the Raiders. So, yeah, if you're looking for a same-game multi, that's where I'd be sending that.
Very nice. All right. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Jack Reed. Thank you,
always a pleasure.
Oscar.
Laters.
See you next week.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website